What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Worlds 2017 Game of Thrones card game 2nd edition match for you, brought to you by these awesome supporters who back the channel on patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. You can find the link in the description below. Adam playing Tyrell, Reigns of Castamere versus Jim playing Targaryen, Lords of the Crossing. So Jim on the left is playing the Targaryen Crossing deck, which I know is a rush deck, looking to win as fast as possible, based on the first match of his that I recorded that I did not post, but I did watch it, and yeah, it was pretty crazy, pretty fast, as you'd expect a Crossing deck usually to be built towards. And then we've seen Tyrell Reigns before. I believe back at on the channel we saw it actually win the Hard Home Ohio tournament that I streamed and recorded matches from on the channel, won by Jessica Thompson using the Tyrell Reigns. Pretty strong deck, obviously. So we have Summer Harvest smacking a Trading with the Pentoshi. Cha-ching! So the Summer Harvest player on the left, Jim, is going to get 13 plus a 3 little pile of gold there given to him by the effect on the plot across the table. We have Large Marge in play there, and then sadly it looks like he set up that ambushing character that I forget his name, the one that lets you basically draw cards. On the other side we have Jogo seeing all 3 copies, and then a Begging Brother, sadly, to see him out in play already without any gold on him. And then a Viserys Targaryen. Now, there are ways to get gold onto bestowed characters who've come into play after the fact with, I believe, a plot and now an event. But I don't think anyone's really playing those yet. Those don't see any play, really, that I know of. But I guess as we get more bestowed cards, and as we know in the second cycle, they're supposed to continue with that theme. So maybe we'll see those cards come into play where people are actually wanting to get more bestow on cards after the fact. But I guess with characters not really sticking around for too long, you don't really want to bet on that kind of stuff. But who knows? Someone will figure something out that'll be crazy, I'm sure. So on the Tyrell side, we have Eleanor Tyrell. And now I believe it looks like Sir Garland Tyrell. And he's getting a 2 bestow on him. And then I guess those Stark tokens are also gold tokens, so he's actually going to bestow 3, which is the max on Sir Garland Tyrell. And he gets +1 for each gold he has on him, so he is now a 6. And then as an action, you could discard 1 from him to choose a Tyrell character, I guess including himself. Until the end of the phase, that character gets +2 strength. And then we know Eleanor Tyrell lets him play an additional limited card. Love taking advantage of her. All right, we got Barristan on the other side now. As long as the opponent has, or as long as you have less cards in your hand than the opponent, he gets to stand after he wins a challenge, I believe is what his text is.
Warrior Sprayed on Jogo. You know how that works? I know.
We got Warrior's Braid there on Jogo. We just saw slip underneath there. +1 strength for each bell token, and gets renown. And he already has that built-in plus strength ability based on characters in the opponent's dead pile, which isn't the greatest early in the game, but out of target makes sense if you're going the kill route.
Keep 4.
So 4 gold saved on the Targaryen side, 2 gold saved on the Tyrell side. I believe we're in challenges now.
Good.
Sounds like Adam's passing challenges completely. He's going to play defensively. He realizes he's placing a Targ rush deck here. You don't want to exactly fill up your house card with power and then let them plow you back with challenges and steal it. Before you know it, they're like 8 power at the end of the first round.
So he's 6 strength right now.
So let's see if the Tyrell player Adam here can slow Jim down with his crossing challenges here.
Do military. So he's 2 and 5.
So we got a 7 strength military coming in here. Remember, -1 strength on each character due to Lord of the Crossing. +2 on each character in the 3rd challenge. And looks like Garland's going to come in for the block on the unopposed. Maybe spend some gold to do some buffing, but it'll be on himself.
No.
And it looks like it is.
Okay.
It's going to give a +2 to Marjorie. And a +2 to Eleanor. And another one to Marjorie. Looks like Garland's going to be killed for claim here. Which makes sense to get Renly into play using Large Marge's ability there.
And Renown.
Now there's going to be definitely trouble for Jim getting through more challenges here. Now that Renly's on the board, you don't want to walk into that Insight and Renown. The Renown is not so important. Being this early, we could see Renly die. He has no protection right now, but walking into that Insight, possibly getting 2 cards off the effect, could be bad.
No more challenges.
And Jim realized that he's going to pass. And Dominus goes to the Tyrells. So Adam did a good job there playing defensively. Jim, the Targaryen player, wasn't able to get really anything going there. He just has a braid token there and a power on Jogo. And power matters on Jogo since he does have the 2 duplicates. Assuming he doesn't get marched away, but he should be around for the majority of the game. All right, we got Varys Riddle into Late Summer Feast, so a miss on the Varys Riddle. A Targ player winning initiative.
I'll go first.
And it sounds like Jim shows himself to go first. It was weird the way Adam was drawing his cards there before they even decided an initiative, or who was going first. So another big gold plot here on the Tyrell side of things, grabbing 9 gold after playing a trading with the Batoshi. And we got Ago in play. So it's going to be interesting this turn with the Targaryen player going first. He's going to probably try to get all of his challenges through. But this time, though, the Tyrell player Adam can play more defensively and then have and hopefully have some stuff left over to poke back. Gets a great haul in play. And we got Randall Tarley out there now and a King's Road. So that's 2 limited since Eleanor's out there. That is legit. And it looks like he sits on 5 gold. Interesting.
Cards in hand.
Must have an ambush character hiding in there. Or maybe just a few events. Gotta have something to stand Randy.
Military. So he's one in pile. He's a plus. So he's normally +1. So he's 4 now. And he's 3. And 7. Stuff. Randall.
So it looks like a military 7, 3, 4. Randall gets stealthed on the military here. We got Barristan and Jogo.
Hold on. Jumping in Mance.
And we got Last of the Giants being played here. And that's going to be canceled. Adam's going a little fast here. And Jim has him slow down so we can play Hand's Judgment with his 2 gold there to cancel Last of the Giants.
We got 4.
We saw Mance Raider trying to make an appearance.
Alright, so Reaction Warriors Braid.
It was a great kill target for Marjorie to bring another King or Lord into play. But that plan gets foiled. And we get another Renown on Jogo.
So use Dago to stand Jogo.
Flame is Olena's Informer.
Now he'd be at 7. Power.
And since there's a summer plot across the table,
6.
I believe we got Aego's ability standing Jogo there.
It's 14.
And it sounds like we got a 14 strength power challenge coming in now. Barristan got the stand effect off of the target player having less cards in hand, it sounds like.
It's 7
And we
now.
got the second Sons in there with a bestow that's going to keep them around for another round, since he can discard that gold token off to keep it in play. No Flea Bottom out there yet, which I'm sure is in that Targ deck. When you're playing the second Sun, seems legit. Seems a little OP. So across the board, we got some big bodies there with Renown. Could he block this power challenge? What's he got under there? 16, 19, I think, showing on the board right now. I'm surprised Jim didn't go for the Intrigue challenge second, and then use the power challenge third when he gets the +2 strength buff. Doing the Intrigue challenge second too might get someone else to kneel on the other side of the board defensively, and then makes the power challenge easier. You don't have to commit so much, but you must have a master plan here. And the unopposed gets blocked by Eleanor Tyrell.
Okay. Reactions.
And a superior claim. Here we go. He definitely won by 5.
Claim 1.
And he takes the only power off the house card of the Tyrell player. And Jogo takes another power. So 7 on the Targaryen side, 0 for now on the Tyrell side. But he still has all 3 of his Renown bodies standing. And looks like he'll have free reign on some challenges when it gets to his turn. Especially since we see Jogo and the Begging Brothers go in on an Intrigue challenge here, each getting +2. 11 strength Intrigue challenge, which we only see 11 across the board on defense. And Jim really pushing these challenges. He really wants to win them, which is surprising. Sometimes when I see Late Summer Feast out, you know, I'll throw the challenges when I'm on the offense, and maybe my opponent just, you know, make it easy for them to block with a couple characters, and then it puts them in that situation where if they do block, I get to draw a card off their plot. I'd rather them be winning conflicts or challenges, sorry, on defense, and I'm drawing that way rather than them winning on the offense against me. So in this situation, if you maybe put a little less in each challenge, maybe Adam would bite and defend and maybe even win some challenges, and then Jim would be drawing cards off the plot. But this doesn't seem to be the case. Jim is in it to win it here. But he's got to watch out. You get too aggressive there. That Tyrell deck, I'm sure it's got some tricks to gain power pretty fast. Not to mention just having like 99% renown bodies in your character cards. Damn Tyrells.
Opposed? Okay.
So no defenders. Takes the crossing, takes the unopposed, grabs a card. It's a Lord Renly's Ride.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
That would be a way to stand Randall and get some extra power going. Doesn't need the Intimidate right now, though, that's for sure, since Jim's entire board is knelt out.
So this first.
So now we get a Reigns, undefended Reigns coming in here with Randall Tarley, throwing that power behind the throne. Here we go. We're gonna see some speed from this Tyrell player. He's gotta speed things up if he wants to catch up in this game. And takes an opposed and snags a Targaryen Loyalist out of hand on the intrigue claim. Draws a Nightmares off of Renly's Insight. And we got a power challenge with Marjorie Tyrell. Taking unopposed, claiming a power. And he stands with power behind the throne, and he comes in with Randall and Renly on, I believe, a military together. And they'll each get renown. He takes unopposed.
You're down, man?
What?
Second son? Yeah.
Assuming the begging brother for claim on the military. You don't want to kill Viserys yet. No attachments to take away. Or Jogo's dupe. Makes sense. Jogo's dupe seems like something you could spare. And just like that, the Tyrell player has 5 power on his house card and has 4 power on his characters. Just shot up to 9 like that and is actually in the lead. He's being outrushed here. Adam playing very well, seeing what he should let through and what he shouldn't, and how hard he can hit his opponent back. And we got heads on spikes into counting coppers.
Let's see.
And Jim has a decision here. He wins initiative. He chooses who goes first. And if he goes first, he may want to see
I'll go first.
counting coppers go first. You might want to see his plot go first.
Pulling that one out by itself. Oh, I can't decide.
So he's chosen to go first. He's choosing heads on spikes, rolling a die here. And he gets a King's Road.
Alright. So you get 3, and then 2.
So a low gold plot played on the Tyrell side, but he does have a King's Road, Great Hall, and 2 Rose Gardens to help fuel another big body on the board if he has it. Definitely drew a ton of cards there, so hopefully he saw something he could put on the board.
Oh, you would have, yeah.
But let's see what Jim does here with his 4 gold
This one is for testing. You gotta
and his Allyr's Estate.
Yeah.
If you
Well,
don't
fine.
Vala at second round, that means I can get everything out, and you don't have Vala anymore. If you do Vala, then I can get a lot of things else to crush you down.
And it sounds like Adam is talking trash here, saying if you didn't Valor, he knows you don't have Valor, and that's why he's just going to not care and play everything out.
We're in that. For begging brother.
And I'm sure he knows. Maybe they're talking about the way they saw each other's deck lists before. Nope, that's not yet. That's still Swiss, right? This is still Swiss. They'll see each other's deck lists in the top 16, top 8, and top 4 videos coming up on the channel. So make sure you subscribe for those.
Good one.
But we have a begging brother put out, 2 gold bestowed on him, and saves a gold. And that Begging Brothers definitely want to cancel Marjorie's ability if possible, but we don't see any lords out there or kings to kill, really. You don't want to kill Renly or Randall Tarley. And 2 limiteds you see played there, Rose Road and Rose Garden. And Marjorie gets a dupe. And we get a Garden Caretaker put out. I'm not sure why Adam just stood all of his limited cards like that to go back, considering he used one for the Garden Caretaker, I think.
Begging Brother.
And Begging Brother cancels. Hobber coming in to search for a lady.
Let's see.
So I'm not sure. I think he knelt. I think he kind of cheated on economy there, maybe. Because he stood all of his limiteds after he brought in the Garden Caretaker. He still has 2 gold sitting on his plot card. He didn't have that Rose Road out yet, I don't believe. And then he stood all of his limiteds and then rebowed them. So he kind of cheated on a Rose Garden there. Not a huge deal, but he would have had to spend one of his gold. So hopefully...
I'm in your dead pile.
Right now he's winning dominance on the gold comparison, so it's kind of bad. And if it allows him to play extra events like this Nightmares he's about to play, I don't know. I don't know. He obviously didn't want to pop the King's Road either. But I could be wrong. Maybe he paid for that Garden Caretaker, but I don't see it. So now they both have 1 gold left. I didn't see what he used the Nightmares on there. I don't know if it was Barristan or Jogo. Probably Jogo. Probably should have used the Nightmares on the Begging Brother first and then tried to marshal in Hobber there to search for a lady, but... And I guess he's probably trying to search for a lady to then pop that King's Road and pay for it with the gold. That did not happen.
Military challenge.
So we have a military challenge coming in with Sir Barristan. 3 strength, I believe. Hobber will block for 4. So fully defended.
You got it?
Now this is the problem where Jim's going to try to poke these challenges in, and Adam's not really going to bite. He doesn't need to. He realizes Jim's just kind of rushes in, tries to win everything, and as long as he doesn't get to that 15 mark, he just lets him keep going, and then he'll just gain power faster since all of his bodies have renown that he's going to hit back with. And since it's against a range deck, if it's running Filthy Accusations, Jim has to be careful. He does these challenges with 1 and 2 guys each and leaves a couple guys standing. They're just gonna... Adam's just gonna win the conflict or challenge, sorry, on coming in on offense, and then maybe flip a range trigger early and then use that to kneel a guy with Filthy Accusations. Maybe do a crazy wildfire. That'd be cool. Slim the board down to his 3 renown dudes. Not really needed, but just might add pressure and hurt the crossing deck, slimming his board down, making it harder to do all 3 challenges. It's like Jim realizes he might be in trouble. He's going to try to go for some challenges then here, maybe try to win them. It's might be tough for him to get enough power before Tyrell player does.
Power for 14.
Power challenge of 14 strength, it sounds like. And of course, all in on the defense, blocking. He's going to get 3 power and a card out of it.
Alright. You got it.
And 12 power now on the Tyrell side. Just like that. 3 power away from winning.
Intrigue.
And now we have an intrigue challenge with the Begging Brother. 5 strength. +2 from crossing. Nope, maybe not. Maybe not. 8 power on the Targ side right now.
Intrigue.
Intrigue challenge with Ago. And we have a Growing Strong. See, now he wouldn't have had that gold had he have paid correctly for that Hobber, I believe. Not misusing that Rose Road. Or Rose Garden, sorry.
Okay.
I'm thinking. On the post?
Alright, so Lord of the Crossing. On the post.
So unopposed power crossing, grabs the Rattle Shirts out of hand.
Yeah.
So I think Begging Brother was used to cancel Randy's stand off the Growing Strong, I think.
Alright, Second Son's discard. Am I down?
We actually go another round here. Dominus goes to the Targaryens. 10 power on the Targaryen side.
We're at 13.
And it looks like 13 on the Tyrell side. Initiative's going to play a big part here. And we got Fallen from Favor into another Counting Coppers. So Adam, the Tyrell player, digging for something here. Trying to get more cards in hand.
Alright,
And Fallen from Favor, sacking a character. But no attachments he wants to grab, so it's just going to be a big econ plot with high initiative. And it looks like Jim, the Targaryen player, decides to go first here after winning initiative. Which I think you kind of have to do. No summer plot in play, which would have helped, I'm sure, with Ago, but see what he can get on the board here. Khal Drogo, that'll help. Get an extra challenge out of Khal Drogo. Another renown body, or actually a renown body on the board. Another one, I guess, with the Warrior's Braid giving Drogo renown. Eleanor and Randall getting a dupe. And a Rose Road. 3 Rose Gardens Nelts. Great Hall. And it looks like a gold to get Brianna Tarth in play. And she's going to be able to just defend without kneeling since there is a king in play. Renly Baratheon.
Okay.
I think that's it game.
Probably, but
Adam's saying that's game already. He knows. He says, I got bigger renowned dudes. You can't win a challenge right now. You can't get through this wall. And I just need 2 power left.
Stealth one. Doesn't do anything.
He's got renown on Brienne also now.
Be lost.
But Jim wants to try it here. He's looking at the board. Maybe he will, maybe he won't.
probably.
Jim's saying probably, but he's going to try. That's what I do too.
Pile.
Just you never know. Your opponent might mess up, but doesn't look like Adam's that type of player.
Challenge. So it'd be 3 plus 2 plus 2 is 7. So it'd be 6. That would be 3. Some stuff there.
Looks like he's thinking of Stealth and Brienne. Coming in on a military.
That's the Giants. Yeah, that'll
And
probably
we have
be
Last
that.
of the Giants to get Mance in play.
Alright, you got it.
And that's it. So Jim realizes it's done. Adam takes it. So congrats to Adam. Next we got coming up top 16 matches from Worlds 2017. So stay tuned for that if you're new here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you like these Game of Thrones videos, make sure you slap that like button. Help other people find the channel and find these videos on YouTube. And find this game. And if you want to support the channel, offset the cost of the things I do here, all this work editing, traveling, the videos, keep supporting the channel, you can do so by clicking the link in the description below and donating on patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. Any help's appreciated. But either way, thanks a lot for being here watching, guys. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you viewing the videos. And lots more to come. See you in the next one.